Expedia Cruises World Explorer sale is back from October 1st to 31st. Get even more value with our Expedia Extras and peace of mind with flexible cancellation policies and new safety measures. Set sail on a river cruise through Europe's greatest cities. Visit the exotic landscapes of Asia and South America, or soak up the sun on the world's most tropical beaches. With enhanced safety measures and some of our best savings of the year, you have a world of choices. Contact your vacation consultant today to explore every option for your perfect 2022 vacation by air, land, and sea.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. If there is anything that this past year has taught us, it is that time is precious and to make every moment count. I know I myself will never take for granted our liberty to see and experience the world again. And as such, I couldn't be more excited to have you here with us today. Our World Explorer promotion is all about just that, helping you book your bucket list vacations at incredible value. More than ever, when you go on vacation, you have to make the most of it. And today we're going to talk about one of the top bucket list destinations and one of my personal favorites, Europe. I'm Eileen and I head up Expedia Group's Global Cruise Strategy, Supply and Promotions team. And we have three incredible partners who are going to take us on a virtual trip today. So buckle up and we hope this inspires your next European vacation and kickstarts your planning for travel in 2022, 2023, and beyond. But before we do that, we at Expedia Cruises want to acknowledge that today is a big day for many of us here in Canada. Today is actually the first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation to recognize and to honor the residential school survivors, their families, and their communities. And so we especially want to thank those of you who have taken the time to join us today, given the occasion. I know many of our team members will be taking time today to reflect on the experiences of Indigenous communities, and we hope that you'll be able to find some time to do that today as well. I do want to go over some housekeeping before we get started on our journey. And so if you do have any technical troubles throughout, often logging out and in does the trick. I know sometimes when there's a video, it could buffer a little bit at the beginning, but just hang tight. And once the video is done, the presentation should resume as normal. If you do want to see more of the slide or less of us or vice versa, you can adjust your view with the little icon just up top. We have also turned on closed captioning, but if you prefer not to see this, feel free to turn off the subtitles. Now today, we have a group of experts from Expedia, from Viking, from Globus, and Celebrity ready to answer any questions that you might have. So feel free to submit your questions below throughout the event, and we'll make sure that our experts get to that. And last but not least, in the event, you do want to share this event with a friend, we will be recording the session and a link will be shared within 24 hours after. Now, before we hit the road, we do want to tell you a little bit about us. Expedia Cruises is your full service travel agency. We are here to help you book your dream air, land, or sea vacations, however you want to book. You can either click online, you can call one of our expert vacation consultants, or you can visit your local Expedia Cruises center in person. Now, who are we? We really are more than just a big trusted name in travel. We are your local neighborhood travel experts. You can see on the slide here, this is us. We are your neighbors. We are passionate travelers ourselves, and we want to help you see the world. And because we're local, it means that if you want to go to Barcelona, your vacation consultant will know the best way to get to and from Barcelona, specifically from your hometown. I know especially travel today can be more complex than ever. And so I have seen firsthand that that is invaluable in so many ways. And if you go to the next slide, as navigators of spectacular vacation experiences, this has been our promise to you over the last 34 years. And it continues to ring through every experience that we facilitate. I myself actually had an incredible opportunity to cruise to Greece back in July. And for myself, it was incredibly, incredibly life-giving. I think just throughout the pandemic, it's easy just to forget how energizing it can be. And one of my most memorable moments was stepping foot onto the ship for the very first time, being greeted by the incredible crew and just hearing the guests talk in different languages from all around the world. It was really, really an incredible moment. And seeing different parts of Greece, from excursions, harvesting fresh produce in a farm in Crete, to cooking it over a wood fire hearth, to exploring old ruins, including the Temple of Poseidon, which was incredibly quite empty. We had it to ourselves, which felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity to getting lost in the narrow, winding cobblestone streets. It was really, really incredible. And I hope that you all have a chance to explore Europe as well. And to help you do so, we are actually going to be giving away one $250 onboard credit to be applied to any World Explorer booking you make between October 1st and 31st. So hang tight. I will come back on at the end to do a draw and announce who the winner is. But for now, without further ado, we are going to start our European adventure. We're going to be starting it on a river cruise through the heart of Europe with Kim Lucy from Viking Cruises. And so with that, over to you, Kim.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us to join you here today. I'm always really excited to talk about river cruising. It's one of my passions. I've been in the industry for over 35 years, starting in the ocean cruise business with larger ocean ships and migrating to the smaller river ships. And this is something that I think you're going to love. I'm going to share some insights and some of my favorite stories of one of our most popular itineraries as we go. Please change the slide. And on to the next slide. So today we're going to be visiting the Grand European Tour. But I wanted to give you a little bit of background about Viking before we started, because I know many of you may recognize us from some of the commercials on TV, particularly if you were a follower of Downton Abbey, you might have seen our river ships featured. We've been in the industry for over 24 years. We started in Russia and we've expanded our fleet. So we now travel around the world with our river ships, and we've added 8 ocean ships to our fleet as well. So you can really explore the world with us, including a full world cruise. We also have a Mississippi ship joining our fleet in 2022, and 2 expedition ships that'll be joining our fleet to take you to the far reaches of the world as well. All of our ships are green technology with hybrid engines and solar panels and all of the latest environmental equipment that is required. And they're small and intimate. And what's also lovely about them is that they're identical. So you can move from ship to ship, product to product, and you're going to see things that are familiar to you. So you truly can explore the world in comfort with Viking and spend more time in your port of call and less time getting there. Next slide, please. So our next slide, I wanted to just give you a sense of what's included, because I know if you're like me, sometimes it's annoying to recognize when you get on the last day of your cruise, you open your door and there's all those extra things you forgot about. But with Viking, no matter where you travel with us, we include virtually everything. So we will include a shore excursion in each port of call. Of course, your meals are included, beautiful meals. We include multiple dining venues, so you can enjoy a casual experience or a more formal environment. Beer, wine, and soft drinks are included with lunch and with dinner, specialty coffees, Wi-Fi, bottled water, beautiful hotels for pre and post and cruise tour experiences, in-room entertainment, and also our port charges are included. So we don't include soft drinks and alcohol between meals. You can add those with your travel advisor, with Expedia, or we also have a no corkage policy. So by all means, feel free to try local, bring it on, and enjoy it wherever you like. Optional tours are there for you, as well as gratuities are discretionary. So we include, yes, next slide, please. And we also want to immerse you in the destination. So with us, you'll find that we bring on local entertainers and musicians and dancers, and we have great lecturers to prepare you for the destinations before you arrive. So they'll teach you about the art, the history, the culture, the current affairs. And you won't go hungry. We have a wide range of fantastic food, including destination-inspired menus, a changing menu every day, and what I like to call comfort food. Steak, Caesar salad, chicken, and salmon is always available. Next slide, please. We also know that people love to explore, and with Viking guests, they are very immersive. They're soft adventurers. They want to learn and be educated. And so we have the Viking way of exploration, which gives you the chance to explore locally, to maybe meet local families, and to try some of the local food. Next slide, or next click, please. Working World, which gives you a chance to maybe visit one of the car factories. Like this happens to be Volkswagen, but we also visit BMW and Mercedes. Or maybe you'd like to learn a little bit about the olive growing, like Eileen did in her experience. And we also have privileged access. It takes your pulls back the curtain and gives you a sense of what the what's behind the scenes. So maybe it's, if you love music, you'd like to meet the Viennese Boys Choir in their rehearsal hall, in their residence, get a chance to talk to them and also enjoy some of their incredible performances. So we do give you those opportunities to explore. But today, I'm going to take you on a little journey along the river on one of our most popular itineraries, the Grand European Tour. About 50% of our first-time guests will choose this itinerary. So it's one of my favorites. So I wanted to share a few of the ports of call with you and give you a sense of what a river cruise is all about. So this is a 15-day cruise, 4 countries, and we include 13 guided tours. So here you can see the map. It takes you from Amsterdam all the way along the Rhine River, up over the Main-Danube Canal system, which is about 40 locks that take you up over the continental divide of Europe and down the other side to connect with the Danube, and it takes you all the way down to Budapest. Here you'll get a chance to see iconic cities, little medieval villages. You'll taste the wine, the beer, the bratwurst, see the castles and the palaces, and listen to incredible music. Now, on the right-hand side, you see our first stop, which is Amsterdam. This is where our guests will start their cruise or end their cruise. And I encourage you to talk to your Expedia travel consultant because we do offer pre and post, and it's a wonderful city to explore. There are more museums per square mile than any other city, including Van Gogh Museum, the Rijksmuseum for the Grand Masters, and Frank House for World War II history and that wonderful story that she wrote while her family was hidden. There's lots to offer. Next slide. And then we sailed through Holland, stopping at a World UNESCO Heritage Site, which is Kinderdijk. And here you'll find 19 heritage windmills, and you'll learn about the water system in Holland. About 45% of Holland is below sea level, and these the windmills, both the heritage ones like this and the current ones, help to continually pump the water and keep the country afloat. So you'll get a chance to go in and see 2 of them, which are museums, and you can also sail down this little canal. You might want to take a bike trip out into the countryside. You might want to go and meet one of the local cheese farmers and learn about the cheese industry here. Next slide, please. Our next stop is one of my favorite places, and that is Cologne. And here you see our beautiful longships docked right in the heart of the city. And this city is known for this incredible cathedral that you see here called the Dome. It's one of the largest Gothic cathedrals in Europe, but also one of the oldest, over 1,000 years old. And this city was built on an old Roman city and dates back about 2,000 years. Now you'll be able to step off, meet our local guides, walk up through the city, learn all about some of the history and also some of the favorite places that our guides like to share. Also go into this incredible museum, cathedral, and look inside. It's magnificent. But we stay late here, so we don't sail at 4 o'clock. We stay until just after midnight, so you can also go across the street to those little streets, those little buildings, and enjoy. Next slide, please. We also sail through the Middle Rhine, and here you've got the castles I told you about. 40 castles dot the hillsides, the vineyards, and the incredible islands of the Rhine. Our guides will tell you all about this as we're sailing through. Next slide, please. We also stop at the little medieval towns. This is Miltenberg, and it gives you a sense of what these little medieval towns look like, dating back to the 10th and 11th century. Here you've got glass blowers. You can see the oldest inn, and you should try the beer and the pretzels as you go. Next slide, please. Our next stop is one of the little villages that has a 900-year-old Benedictine abbey. So you'll be able to explore inside, see maybe the library that dates back 1,000 years with manuscripts. And on the right-hand side, you see the Wachau Valley, which is the castle district of Austria. And you'll be able to explore some of the little tiny towns as well as enjoy the castles of Austria as well. Next slide, please. And our last stop along this river is 2 nights or an overnight in Vienna, which is my favorite city. This is a city filled with history, great city to explore and to see some of the great museums, but make sure you stop and try some of the local coffee culture, the great food, and listen to the music of Strauss and Mozart, which infuses the city as well. Last slide, please. And we wrap up here in the beautiful city of Budapest. Here you can see the Chain Bridge, the Parliament buildings in the city with its incredible Danube River that splits the city into 2, Buda and Pest. We dock nearby and you'll have a chance to explore a bit here, maybe go to the Grand Market, go shopping with the chef, and just enjoy some of the local culture. So thank you very much. I hope I've given you a little taste of what this this incredible itinerary has to offer. And we do have an offer for you for joining us here today and throughout the World Explorer, a $200 per stateroom or $100 per person shipboard credit that is available on our 2021 through 2023 Viking European River Cruises. So that includes the one I just talked about. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that I've inspired you and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentation.
Thank you so much, Kim. Man, some of those destinations you showed are absolutely stunning, and what an incredible offer. Next up, continuing on our journey, we have Carla Brake, the Director of Business Development at Globus, to talk and share more about their Undiscovered, Off the Beaten Path Europe tours. Thanks, Carla. Over to you.
Thank you, Eileen. It's so great to be here with Expedia Cruises, and it's so wonderful to see all of you join us today. Now, I know we've all missed the excitement of what travel gives, but we know that you're really looking forward to exploring the world again. So I think it's time to start planning your next vacation with your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant. I know that I always love the excitement of having a trip in the calendar and really counting down the days until it happens. Now, as Eileen said, I am Carla and I'm with the Globus family of brands. And actually, we've been creating memories for guests for over 90 years. And we offer vacations to over 70 different countries on 6 different continents. Now, in our portfolio, we do have Globus, which is our first-class touring brand. We have Cosmos, our value brand. Monograms, which are pre-packaged vacations designed for the more independent traveler. And Avalon Waterways, which is our intimate river cruise brand. But today I want to focus on our land vacations and really highlight Globus, our first-class touring brand. Now, with these vacations, there is so much included. You get to explore the iconic landmarks of the destination, you get to discover hidden treasures, and really enjoy the cultural connections that these different destinations offer. Now, when you're traveling on a Globus journey, it's a vacation filled with so many amazing experiences, but they're really brought to life, by the tour directors that are with you and the local experts. I mean, their love and passion for each of these areas will leave you with so many special memories. Now, with the tour, there are so many benefits. We have to look at travel a little bit differently now, but there are so many benefits when you are on a tour. Keep in mind, you're with an expert tour director, and they have so many years of experience. They share their knowledge and their personal insights of the destination, but they also have an amazing team behind them. These are the people that take care of all those logistical details. You get to sit back and really relax and enjoy the destination while someone else does the check-in at the hotel. They'll confirm and book all the excursions that are included as part of the trip and making sure all the protocols are in place for everywhere that we are going to visit. I actually just heard from a guest who was just on a recent tour, and they actually said it was actually freeing not to worry about the details. And instead, I just got to focus on the experience itself. And I mean, that's what a vacation is all about. Now, when we're designing our vacations, we have you in mind. Not every itinerary is created the same. We recognize that each one of you has your own travel style. So what we've done is actually carefully created a travel style that will really fit your need. You can choose from Undiscovered, Escapes, Choice Touring, or Private Touring. So let's take a deeper look so I can share some of our top selling destinations and itineraries. First, let's look at our undiscovered vacations. Now, these are actually some of my favorites. And why? Because they're very unique. And what they'll do is take you off the beaten path, and they'll allow you to explore small towns and villages. What I love about these itineraries is it'll actually take you to places that maybe were not even on your radar, but all of a sudden they become so special and they're so fun to explore. With our Undiscovered series, you can actually visit Britain, the Mediterranean, and Italy. And speaking of Italy, the hidden treasures of southern Italy is one of our top selling vacations. I mean, who doesn't love Italy, right? Now, this vacation is actually perfect if you are a first timer to Italy, if you haven't visited this region, or even if you're a repeat visitor. You get to go back and explore different areas. What I love about this itinerary is that it'll actually take you to the ankle and the heel of the boot of Italy. That's what this region is actually known for. If you look at the map, you can see the shape of this part of Italy. Here you'll enjoy the beautiful Amalfi Coast. You get to go to Naples and Sorrento. And then you go across to the Puglia region, and that has stunning whitewashed towns and these beautiful coastlines. I mean, here you'll really enjoy the slower pace of life. You get to explore the beautiful castles, the conical houses, and the fresh Italian cuisine of the South. Keep in mind, the Italian cuisine is different in every region, so you get to try the different recipes of the area on all of our included meals. Now, one of my favorite experiences on this itinerary is a visit to this little town that you see here on the screen right now, Alberobello. It's known for these beautiful dry stone huts that you see in the picture, and they were built in the 1500s, and they are called the Trulli homes. Now, there are many theories behind the origin of this design, and one of the more popular ones, and actually my favorite one to share, is actually in this region of Italy, there is a very high taxation on the properties. So what the people of Apulia did, they created this design so that they could quickly dismantle these homes when the tax inspector was in town. I mean, pretty brilliant if you ask me. But it really is one of the prettiest towns in Italy, and I absolutely love to explore it there. Now, another popular itinerary in our Undiscovered series is the Croatian. Croatia was actually the last place I visited before the pandemic. You know, so many favorite memories there from that beautiful country. Now, this itinerary here actually combines Croatia and Slovenia, you know, the perfect combination. You start in Zagreb, then you make your way over to Slovenia, to the capital of Ljubljana, and this was actually named Europe's green capital. It has a beautiful pedestrian city center, remarkable cuisine, and so much to explore here. And then what you do is you continue south along the beautiful coastline of Croatia. You'll go into Opatija, where actually tourism started in Croatia. You'll see the stunning lakes and the beautiful colors of the waterfalls in Plitvice. You'll go on to Split and see its beautiful beaches, and then finish in Dubrovnik with its famous old town and medieval walls. Now, another touring style that we have is called private touring, and this is available on this itinerary and many of our Europe itineraries. If you have been planning a vacation, maybe with family members, extended family, or even a group of friends, you can actually take this itinerary as a private tour. For a supplement, you can actually travel with your own traveling party. How fun would that be? If this is something of interest, you can talk to the Expedia Vacations consultant, and they will share all the details about it. Now, if you love to tour, but you're looking for a little bit more flexibility, then I think our newly created travel style, choice touring, would be perfect for you. These vacations offer freedom, flexibility, and choice. What you'll see throughout these itineraries is that you will have your choice excursion days, and you actually get to select the activity that you want to do that day. This really allows you to tailor your trip to your personal interest. Now, all of these excursions are included in the price, so there's nothing extra. And we have choice touring in Europe and throughout North America. Let's take a look at one of our best sellers, Portugal. Now, Portugal to me is a little gem, and I think it should be on everyone's bucket list. It's the oldest country in Europe, and it has it all. Historic cities, great cuisine, natural landscape, beautiful beaches. And actually, its climate is perfect for a year-round destination, so you can really go at any time. Now, our choice touring in Portugal is called Portugal by Design. It's an 8-day vacation that discovers Lisbon and the inland region of Tomar and Coimbra. Now, Lisbon is an amazing old city. It's got a traditional food market, a great city center, and you actually get to enjoy the traditional fado music and maybe ride the famous yellow tram. Once you head inland, you'll go to Tomar, which is a stunning little 12th century town. It's got a beautiful castle, a medieval church, and some really authentic Portuguese architecture. In the north, you go to Coimbra, and that's the formal capital. And it has really 3 distinct areas that you really want to explore. You've got the modern city, you've got the university, and the ancient past. And we'll make sure that you get to see all of it. Now, jumping to this itinerary, and you're looking at the Your Choice excursions, I'll just describe one of the days. Next slide, please. So with this, here's an example of a day where you have choice of itineraries, or choice of excursions, depending on what you want to do that day. Maybe indulge in your sweet tooth and you get to try the Portuguese tart. It's flaky pastry and it's rich egg custard. You'll hear all about the secret recipe that was created by the nuns, but they're not going to divulge the full recipe. You just really get to enjoy that delicious tart. Or you can choose a canal cruise. You get to explore the 4 waterways of this beautiful region, actually known as the Portuguese Venice, and then you get to enjoy lunch in the city center. Or if you're feeling a little bit more active, you can actually explore the city on a leisurely bike ride. And the tough part here is really kind of trying to decide which activity it is you want to do. Now, I hope that I've piqued your interest with some of the amazing experiences that you can enjoy when you travel on a Globus journey. I can only touch on a few, but please speak to your Expedia consultant to find the touring style and the destination that's right for you. I hope to see you on a tour when the time is right. Now, as we're have this wonderful World Explorer program throughout the whole month of October, Globus is offering an exclusive offer to Expedia Cruises, and you can save an additional $200 per couple on any of our European journeys. And this can be combined with our general offer in the market, which is $600 per couple. So a great opportunity to book your next trip with the Globus on a Globus journey.
Thanks, Carla. That is an amazing combinable offer. So great to see. I know some of the off the beaten path itineraries have been some of the most memorable for my family. So thank you for taking us through that journey. Now, last but not least, we have Yolanda and Brenda from Celebrity Cruises to talk through cruising in the Mediterranean.
Thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure to be able to present to you Europe. Isn't it time for you to plan your Europe vacation? My name is Yolanda Shepard, National Accounts Manager for Celebrity Cruises. Planning your vacation should be simple. And on a Celebrity Cruise, it is just that simple. Tips, Wi-Fi, and drinks are always included. Next slide. So on your Celebrity ship, we have 15 beautiful vessels that are going to begin sailing the high seas. 8 of those 15 vessels are currently sailing. We touch 300 destinations in all 7 continents, including the Galapagos. And on a Celebrity ship, you will enjoy the amazing innovative designs of our ships, as you can see on the screen and behind me, that magic carpet designed outward facing ceiling outside of the ship, holistic wellness experiences, award-winning culinary, next slide, and amazing private experiences with our accommodations. The retreat offers all suites, all exclusive, all included. You enjoy your private lounge, your private dining experience, and your own private retreat host. Take a quick look at the beautiful Celebrity Apex. Next slide. History in an Old World. Next slide. My amazing colleague, Brenda Yeomans, Strategic Marketing Manager in Canada, will now immerse you into the unforgettable destinations of Europe. Brenda?
Thank you, Yolanda. So, I just spent 2 weeks on board Apex back-to-back sailing around the Greek islands, and I recommend that to all of you. You know what? In the destinations, guess what? You can go to the same port of call and do something different each time you go, and it's a whole new experience. And that's what we're providing is unforgettable destinations. This is one of my favorites. This is the beautiful city of Manarola in the Cinque Terre, and you have access to this on our cruises because we stop in La Spezia and Santa Margherita, and from there it's a quick train ride, or you could go by boat, which I would suggest, and great seafood and just an amazing experience. Next slide, please. I did want to say and brag a little bit, we are proud of being voted the best cruise line in Europe for the past 11 years. And we keep raising the bar to make sure we'll be award winning for the following year. So your cruise vacation in Europe is in great hands. Next slide. So we have 7 award-winning ships in Europe, whether you go with our Millennium class, Infinity, and Constellation. And by the way, those itineraries are phenomenal with lots of new ports of call. Or you go on Beautiful Beyond, which is debuting next year in Europe. And then we have the Apex, the Edge, and then our beautiful Silhouette and Reflection. So lots to choose from and lots of itineraries. Well, where do you want to go? Well, we are sailing from Venice, which is now going to be a new port of call, Ravenna. You'll fly into Venice and then you catch the ship in Ravenna because the rules have changed here, as you know. We have Amsterdam as a home port, Southampton, and cruises from Lisbon. Next slide. So we are going to over 97 different destinations in Europe, 26 countries. We've added a lot of new ports of call. So for those of you that are Captain's Club members, there are new places for you to check out. We're home porting in Rome and Barcelona. I think I mentioned that. But the Mediterranean, whether you go Western or Eastern or the Greek islands, there's truly something for everyone. And you've seen some of the pictures from Greece, from Croatia. Whether you're doing 7 nights or 14 nights or back-to-back, we have a cruise experience for all different vacation lengths and times. But it's all about the experience, right? Some culture. We want you to immerse yourself in the destination. And that's why we have more overnights and longer stays in port. Next. From beautiful natural beauty to, of course, the culinary. Next slide. So we have amazing food tours that you can go on. Tours that encompass champagne tasting, wine tasting, port, just depending on the region and where you are in the different destinations. So we want to take our great onboard experience to you shoreside on culinary tours. And then history. We want you to walk in the footsteps of the great, go to those UNESCO World Heritage Sites. There's so much to do, but I'd recommend taking a guided tour for your first time so you don't miss out on any of that wonderful history. So we want to put it all together. There's so much to offer, but let's put it all together in a little video on our next slide that will show you what a little taste of cruising through Europe is like on board Celebrity.
Thank you so much, Brenda, for that. So for you joining us today, your exclusive World Explorer offer is always providing you with tips, Wi-Fi, drinks, 20% off of your cruise fare, and up to $700 in air flights. We'll talk more about that in the fireside chat. Next slide. Flights. Also, the fireside chat, we want to make sure that you have points, price, and protection. Next slide. Thank you so much. So we'll wrap up and we'll head back to Expedia headquarters. We'll talk about holidays in the fire chat. Next slide. In the interest of time, thank you so much for having Celebrity, and we can't wait to talk to you in the fireside chat.
Fantastic. Oh, thank you so much, Team Celebrity. Watching those videos gave me goosebumps. Sign me up. Now, I do want to bring back both Viking and Globus for a couple questions and our fireside chat. So come back on the screen. All right. So I just have a few short questions for you all. But the first one is, what is the one thing you want to ensure customers need to know about preparing for a vacation right now?
I think, let me start by saying with Viking, we are expecting all of our guests must be fully vaccinated. All of our crew is fully vaccinated, and you will receive very detailed checklists as you go, as you prepare to depart with us, that tells you exactly what to do. We do daily testing on board of all of our crew and our passengers. We have full PCR labs built onto our ocean ships, and we're working with the worldwide PCR testing lab along the rivers as well. They're the same ones that run our PCR labs on board our ocean ships. So you will get lots and lots of information to prepare. COVID tests are required to fly and enter many of the countries that we visit, and we will be doing testing, as I mentioned, every single day on board. It's non-invasive saliva testing, so we are dedicated to making sure that you can return safely to cruising and that you feel safe on board.
Great, thank you, Kim. How about you, Carla? Anything to add?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, when traveling with the Globus family of brands, we also require fully vaccinated guests to travel with us currently. That is our current policy. We'll also do testing throughout the journey just to make sure all of our guests are safe, as that is our #1 priority. We are recommending, it's not a requirement to have a test, but depending on the country that you're going to, and because things are so different, across the world, we do recommend that you do kind of plan, if you are traveling in the near future, to maybe have a test so that if that country does require it, that you will be all set. But your Expedia consultant can kind of give you more information there. And then to return home, Canada does currently require a PCR test, or if the US, depending on if the antigen test is required, we actually arrange all that and cover all the costs. So that is taken care of when you are on a Globus journey.
That's so great. I know I myself, when I was traveling, I was surprised how seamless and easy it was to actually travel, especially on a cruise ship. So it was really incredible. And on the ship itself, I know it can be a little daunting to head into because there's so many changing policies and requirements, but I felt safer during my cruise and my excursions than I do probably going grocery shopping here at home. So it's really reassuring to see. How about Team Celebrity? Anything you'd add?
Yes, I'd love to add that we have a contactless and seamless entry for boarding the ship. Everything can be done directly from the Celebrity Cruises app, even your muster drill experience. And then also, should we happen to test positive on one of our vessels, we will fly you home and your family in a private jet. We want to make your safety first on board our vessels and also be back home with them.
Thanks. You're cutting in and out a little bit, but I think we made out most of what you're saying. I do have 2 other questions for you all. The second question is, how has the customer experience on board or on tour changed since the pandemic, or how has it stayed the same?
Would you like me to start?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great. Go ahead, Kim.
We have done the best we can not to change it that much. And we've had lots and lots of guests have been sailing with us since the beginning of July. And the feedback almost overwhelmingly has been that they feel like the experience is very similar to what they had before. The protocols we have are as non-invasive as possible. And they're not that different from what we're experiencing in our own communities. Some places require masks. We require masks on board right now, just simply because of the countries that we're visiting throughout Europe. But for the most part, people are raving about the experience. The crew is super excited to have everybody back. And the food has been great and the feedback has been amazing. So come and join us. I think you'll find that it's not that different.
So great to hear.
I'll go second again. Okay. I think our experience is actually very similar to what Kim said. I mean, we've made every effort to make the experience so enjoyable. I mean, it's travel. We want to have fun. We really want to enjoy it. But of course, the safety is our priority. So behind the scenes, we're taking care of all the health and safety protocols. The advantage of, especially when you are traveling on a tour, you have that tour director there. So they're the ones that are taking care of those nitty-gritty details, just to make sure that you can enjoy that experience to the fullest. And there will be a few extra things. I mean, hand sanitization, the testing as required, but as non-invasive as possible. And we want the guest experience to be, continue to be memorable. So again, it's a really amazing experience, and not a lot has changed. And with our trips, we've been operating since probably about early May, that we've had some trips throughout North America and also throughout Europe, and everyone has raved how great the experience is.
I've heard the same. I know a lot of our vacation consultants and our team members have recently sailed as well, and that's very consistent with what I've been hearing. Brenda, you mentioned you just came off Celebrity Apex. Is there anything that you can share with us about your experience?
Yeah, like everyone else, the experience is the same, if not better. And what's really wonderful right now is those people that are hesitating to go, they're missing out, because the ships are at reduced capacity. The venues that you're going to, I mean, when can you go to the Acropolis and not see a crowd? Now is the time, right? So I think really, if you have the time, really now is the time to go away, because you're going to have all the crew and the ships to yourselves, and it really creates a unique experience. And so just talk to your travel advisor at Expedia, and they'll help you with all the pre-planning and get all your ducks in a row. And then you just walk on board. I think you said that you walk on board and it's like, you just need to worry about where you're going to drink and eat, and that's it, right?
Living the good life, that's for sure. Now, this may be a tough question, but I would love to hear about what is your favorite thing to do in one of the destinations that you talked about today. Over to you, Kim.
Oh gosh, there's so many things that I love to do when I'm traveling, but I think one of my favorite things to do is to try local, is to be able to enjoy some of the local food, to go into the markets. And Vienna is one of my favorite cities in Europe, and I love to go to the coffee houses, to sit in there, to smell the incredible pastries, the chocolate and the coffees, and just sit there and drink in the atmosphere, sit with the locals. It's something they all do every single day. They meet their friends, and I really encourage you to give it a try. Go and try the melange, which is kind of like a cappuccino, and have an apple strudel or a Sachertorte and just drink in that atmosphere.
Love it.
I think for me, I think my favorite experience is, I think I've been spoiled with touring, and when the tour directors and the local experts that we have, I mean, I think it's they're going to share so much information about the destination, but for me, it's the personal insights. It's the stories that they share about the destination that really bring it to life. And I find you just learn so much more, and you just enjoy their company so much. I mean, some of the stories I shared today, even, finding that little tidbit about the Truly houses, and it's just the experiences that they have from being really kind of in the destination, growing up in the destination, and hearing their personal stories really brings it to life so much more.
So for me, I like eating and drinking my way through all the destinations in Europe. So, I want to eat local, try all the different drinks. And where possible, there's a lot of culinary tours that are offered. And with my teenagers on board Apex, we did a tour where we went into this local woman's home in Mykonos. and we learned how to cook Greek food. And so I brought those recipes back with me, and I've been cooking up a storm with authentic Greek recipes. So for me, yeah, it's about trying the food and the drinks, and hopefully not gaining too much weight in the process.
I love it. Eating and drinking your way through is one of the best ways to do it. Well, thank you all so much, Team Viking, Globus, and Celebrity. You ladies have took us around the world over the last 45 minutes or so. And I know I personally have added a number of destinations to my bucket list. And I'm just feeling incredibly energized and so inspired from everything that you've shared with us today. Some of those pictures, you literally felt like you could just leap off the screen, and I wish I was there. So thank you so much for that. And I guess in closing, I mean, across the board, as we've been talking to all our great partners, we have heard resounding feedback that ships are booking up really fast, or even selling out in some cases well into 2023, especially for some of these bucket list destinations. And so I really just want to encourage you all that the time is now to start planning your European vacation. We've seen that Europe is across the board one of our top selling destinations, and we know that 2022 is going to be extremely popular across the board. So don't miss out. Reach out to your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant today and earmark your place on a spectacular cabin or a tour. And as you saw, we have exceptional offers right now across this World Explorer promotion. So take advantage of the amazing value, take advantage of this incredible sale. It really is a great opportunity to book. And as I mentioned at the beginning, to help you explore Europe, we are giving away one $250 credit to be applied towards any World Explorer booking you make between October 1st to 31st. So drum roll, please. The lucky winner of this credit is Annie Allard. So congratulations, Annie. Your Expedia Cruises consultant will be in touch with you soon with the details, and we look forward to hearing about your adventure around Europe. Now, next up, we do have one event coming up for exotics and more bucket list adventures. That's coming up on Thursday, October 14th. So mark your calendars. We're going to go a little bit beyond Europe to other bucket list destinations, whether it's Peru or Tahiti, Israel, Egypt, and more. So we hope to see you there, and we'll chat more then. But as our time comes to a wrap, on behalf of our 290 stores across North America and our 5,500 vacation consultants, I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in with us today, and I hope to see you on a cruise or tour sometime soon. Take care, everyone.
From